We first met Earl Newkirk on a cold January day. He waited hours to get inside a job fair where a new hotel was looking to fill 250 positions. This is Earl Newkirk's plan B. He's held a part-time catering job while working full-time in social work. But in April of 2010, he was laid off by New York City, and he thought it was time to switch careers.
What steps do you take to ensure that the work that you've done has been done correctly?
I guess I'm very detail-oriented.
Earl says he did get called back for a second interview, but didn't get hired. He works part-time to pay the bills while he continues looking for a full-time job. Career coach Barbara Frankel says for people like Earl, there's a common mistake.
They're relying on the internet and responding to ads, and sometimes it goes into a black hole.
We asked Barbara if she would review Earl's resume, and she agreed to meet with him.
My resume is probably really archaic, so hopefully she's going to tell me some stuff that I need to revamp and maybe help me understand why I'm not getting called back.
Okay, Earl.
Yes, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Nice to meet you.
Earl is looking for a job at a nonprofit or social services.
You know, resumes have changed over the years.
One thing Barbara finds, Earl doesn't list accomplishments and includes responsibilities, not results.
If you've gotten results for one employer, the next employer is thinking you can get results for them too. And that's what you really want to show in the resume.
And you don't want to just submit that resume online.
The most important is who your network is and to have face-to-face meetings.
What do you think, Earl?
I think that apparently I've only been doing about 25% of the stuff that I need to do to have a successful job search. We've got a lot of homework to do.
Well, Barbara Frankel stresses the need for face-to-face networking with groups like alumni associations. She also says it's a must to have a strong profile on online social networking sites, since that's usually where employers will look first. Mary Snow, CNN, New York.
Do you think a significant number of non-white people are really confused about the fact that President Obama is not in charge and that he cannot do anything that the most powerful white people do not allow him to do? Do you think a significant number of us are really confused about that and really think, he's president, he's in charge?
I don't know what the percentage is, but I think most black people know that President Obama cannot tell white people what to do. No more than they can. He can ask, but you can ask. I can ask. That's why if I hear some white person, and I'll do it because the code requires me to do it, some white person complaining about what Obama's doing, I'll just simply say, well, why don't you do it? You got more power than he has, because he doesn't have any power except the power that comes from you. And you're standing right next to me. So I don't ask Obama for nothing. I'm asking you. Why should I go to him when everything that he gets it from you? So if I want it, I ask you. Yeah, that's what you tell Brian right there on the job.
Wow.
And Brian will say, like he most likely was set up to say, I don't have nothing myself. Say, yeah, well, but you know people who do, because they live next door to you.
Wow.
I can't reach them. You can.
We just had...
You're talking about your granddaddy. See, that's what you tell Brian. Yeah. You know, my granddaddy, I mean, he's in, I'm in Ohio, and he's in, he's down in Texas. Say, yeah, right. And if you got anything at all, he helped you to get it. Old World War II veteran. He's riding around there retired on his tractor. He helped you, your sister, and everybody else. He put you all through school and all like that. Made the connections, got you that job, got your cousin that job. Even if you dropped out of school and whatnot, you don't drop very far because you got a safety net. Most white people have a safety net. They got a network. Black people don't have it.
Wow.
Everybody that black people goes to is broke. I mean, other black people. They don't have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then you'll find one or two black people, who are basketball players alongside Michael Jordan or somebody, but that is not the average for the entire world. The average white person that you pass on the street. Now, I began to study that some years ago. It was a white man up in Georgetown here in Washington. And everybody knew him. They called him the Wolf Man because he wore a long beard and long, scraggy hair. And he was out on the street. Cold weather. He barely had enough clothes, to cover him. Sleeping on park benches. So some people who worked at some of the office buildings around there, including some black people, they went out there and started leaving him food and all like that, trying to help him. And one summer day, some interviewer sat down next to him and asked about him. Said, "Where'd you come from?" Said, "They call you the Wolf Man. You've been around here for years and whatnot." Said, "What happened to you?" Said, "Maybe we can help you. You get on your feet and whatnot. You seem to have a little bit of sense and whatnot and all like that." He said, "I don't need any help." He said, "People come and leave stuff here and all like that." He said, "I really don't need it." He said, "I got folks that got plenty of money. Been trying to get me to come stay with them and all like that. I don't want to go. I don't like them." Now, how many black people can say that who are out here on a park bench? See what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And that tells you something right there. Now, I'm not saying all. There are some white people that don't have anything going for them, but they are in a real small minority. Because when you see a white person even, out here on the street and whatnot, when you look into it, there's a lot of places they could be, but they just don't want to be there. Black person is there because they can't help it. It ain't no place for them to go.
Wow.
The people that they're looking to help them are in the same shape they're in.
We just had an admitted racist on the program on Sunday, and she said almost verbatim exactly what you just said about just being white. You have assets in that you have access to other white people.
Access. There you go. Having access. See, there are young white guys, who are up in Montana somewhere, just hanging out, and out in Oakland, California, or San Francisco, just kind of hanging out on the street and getting tattoos and whatnot, and kind of coked out. But if you talk to them on an individual basis, they'll say, "Oh, I got an uncle that lives in Cape Cod, always trying to get me to come up there and go fishing on his yacht and all like that." Hell, I don't like the bastard, Yeah. Now, how many black people can say that? He said his wife is always out here, getting the police trying to find out where I am. I'm tired of them harassing me.